So now I'd like to welcome someone else up to the stage here to talk to you a little bit about his journey from performance practitioner to business catalyst. From Kronos, I'd like you to welcome Sultan Anab.
So Kronos specializes in workforce management. I'm sure some of you here use Kronos at their company. And our mission as a company is to help businesses make their employees more productive. How so? By automating everything the employee needs or need to do. So the employee needs are from the time they come in and they basically have to basically punch in and punch out to the time they ask for a leave or vacation or they want to take an extended leave. So that's a very complex business to solve if you have 500,000 employees and they scatter around the world. You cannot manage that on a spreadsheet or any other application. So Kronos specializes in that. And when I arrived at Kronos back in July 2012, I was chartered to do performance. They say, hey, we have performance practice, and we want you to make sure our application performs well, right? So I was recruited, and I said, great. So I came in to do that. And I looked at their practices, and they didn't have any profiling tools. Well, they have the old school profiling tools, right? And those, they're very hard to use. And you have to be a PhD to actually translate what the tool tells you. So they're good, they're okay, but they don't necessarily answer the question right on and in a speedy fashion. So I said, okay, well, we need to get some, more, into the world of APM. And I said, okay, we're going to bring a couple of competitors here and do some POC of those solutions. So we did that, and we settled on Dynatrace. So my team is small, relatively speaking, to the large company. That's a $1 billion company as of this summer. So we tried, to use it, and we were successful with it and all that. And it started answering questions and started saving us tremendous amount of time and money and all that. And but my team is small, right? I could not do that alone. But I have an army of people. They call themselves developers, right? And I say, hey, developers, you're going to be performance guys. They say, what do you mean? I'm not a tester, right? Didn't do that. I said, well, look, we are the performance people, but we don't introduce performance issues into the solution, do we? They said, well, you test it and find out. I said, no. I am not here to test your solution. I'm here to engineer the performance into your solution. I'm going to help you on how to do that. So we took Dynatrace from only roughly about 10 people users to about 500 users worldwide using Dynatrace and using it effectively. So one of the people that was very resistant to the idea, a development manager, he says, look, we don't have time for this. We cannot do this because we are focused on developing functionality. I said functionality is not the only thing that you need to focus on. You need to focus on performance, and you are making the solution slow. So basically, we rolled out Dynatrace to all of the users, and every developer now is proudly so call themselves as using this Dynatrace or a user of Dynatrace to some level. Some are better than the others. We're still in the process. But the same manager came back about a year ago. He came to me and says, I bet you cannot find any performance issue in my code, right? I said, how so? He says, I'm using Dynatrace. So you see how he transitioned from being so resistant to doing the actual work that Dynatrace needs to do. So that's kind of one of the thing that is really kind of was an eye-opener for the company and for a lot of people in my company to see the value. The business partners start coming to me. They say, hey, we heard about this Dynatrace thing. Can you tell us more about it? And don't you guys have the user behavior and patterns captured to be successful to how to simulate your user test. I said, Dynatrace does not simulate user tests, but it tells you what the users are doing. Is that what you want? They say, yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted. You know, it's that we live in a time that things are changing and changing so fast and dramatically, so that it's separating the businesses, you know, from the people they serve. What I mean by that? So in the old-fashioned way, right? You know your users, you go sit down with them and talk with them. But your users are not there anymore. Everybody's virtual. I had a large organization at one point, and 65 of my employees I never saw, I never talked to, right? And they were super performers in terms of what they do, right? They were virtual. So how do you bridge the gap with your virtual consumers and customers and users, right, with the business and the value that you have? And that's not just users. When, you know, the communities that actually need that kind of a bridge is also your application developers. One of the product managers came to me and said, well, if the healthcare customer, the chief nurse officer is asking that question, why I cannot ask you my question, because we have this solution, it's an enterprise solution, and quite honestly, I don't know if all pieces of it is being utilized and used. Can I direct my investment of development somewhere else? And that has happened multiple times. And with that, you can decommission some old code that is you just keep maintaining and regression testing and spending a lot of time and wasting time on that. So I'll leave you with that note. Thank you very much. And I am so excited about the new Dynatrace that's going to bridge the users with their customers and the applications with their developers and everyone else that needs to fill that gap between the digital and the virtual and the physical being of the business. Thank you.